This is Trams Gaming, and this week we have a Lucio video. Let's get into it. So here we are in a practice range session, and we're going to be checking out the Overwatch hero Lucio. And as you can see, I'm rocking the hippity hop skin, which is my favorite skin because it makes his stuff look gold, or at least bronze. So in classic Overwatch in 3 style, which is what this series is, we're going to hit the F1 key, or if you're on console, whatever key this would be assigned to. And we're going to look at the skills that Lucio has to offer. So he's got about 5-6 skills pretty much to offer. It's a lot. Okay, so the first one we have is his Sonic Amplifier, which is his default attack ability. It's his handgun that he uses. That's what you use to shoot enemies with. And then the Sound Barrel, which is his ultimate ability, which is amazing for saving people when you are unable to do a heal using the Amp It Up, but we'll get back to that in a second. There's a Crossfade, which allows you to switch between boosting the speed, the general speed, when anybody's around Lucio and he has that flipped on, you generally get a little bit of a speed boost. So that works great for heroes that are kind of slower, like Zarya and stuff. If you stick close to Lucio, that buff will be shared with you. And then obviously he has the Crossfade switch to heals, which allows you to tap the E key and amp up whatever that ability is set to for healing. Next ability is Soundwave, which enables you to knock back enemies. It's great for control point maps. It's just brilliant, especially if there's like sort of edges, you can knock enemies off it. And obviously Wall Ride, which is my favorite. And you guys will remember many weeks ago we did a Wall Ride video where we kind of showed you guys how to wall jump, it kind of exactly how I just did it there. So my tip number 1, I would say, is to keep jumping and always moving. So we're going to go over here where enemies are being shot at, and the trick with Lucio is to keep jumping. Never allow your target to get a line of sight on you. And most heroes have projectile types, so you can actually dodge these. So here I am dodging these actual shots that are being fired. Like one of them landed on me. If you time it correctly, you can dodge all of these. Now I've done this with Farah and it works fantastically well, so you can try and do that. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is heals. Let people know the cooldown on your heals. So these guys are getting shot. I'm gonna let their health go down a little bit more, and I'm gonna hit the E key and heal them up. Now you'll see once it's used, there's a cooldown, so you want to tell people 10 heals in 10 seconds, which is what I shout often all the time. Tip number 3 is always be on the move. Never stay in one place. Now it's kind of similar to tip number 1, but you can literally stay alive right in the face of the enemy. So, and knockback is part of tip number 3. Always knock back your enemies. As soon as that cooler is off, knock them back, because you can save so many people knocking them back. And obviously we have the ultimate ability, which keeps people alive. Call out when you're going to use that. So that's my 3 tips for Overwatch and hero Lucio.